everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know, have to do it. Just have to do it every single time. Why? Because I want whoever wants to be a part of the best community on these internet streets to come on in. Come on in, y'all. What are y'all waiting on? If you've been hanging out with us, listening to the podcast over there in the comments and you still haven't subscribed, I don't understand why it is so easy. All you have to do is look around down there in your settings, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell too so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And also give me a quick thumbs up to fight my nemesis, that beast, that algorithm. Y'all, I am getting back on top. Yes, I am. Not quite yet, but I'm gaining ground. So y'all keep those thumbs up coming. Yes. Also, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all always do a bang up job, and listen, it is so appreciated because it helps so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, over in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. And if you just want to do a one-time donation, look down there in those settings somewhere. It moves around. I'm telling you, it moves around, but it's down there somewhere. And look for it, and that will be the super thanks button. If you decide to click it and you decide to donate to the channel, just know that all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all. We do have some shout outs. We do. And some of my favorite people came through. Yes, they did. And first up is Yulette. And what can I say about Yulette that I hadn't already said? She is a ride or die. She is always coming through. She is always down with the read. She is the quintessential reader. She is. She came in here and just established her place in this community. And I am just so grateful and so thankful that she chose us to be her community on these internet streets. Yes, I tell you, Yulette is the best. She really is. She is just a ride or die. And I am so grateful that she is here. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here, girl. I am so blessed that you are. And next up is Gwen Stevenson. Gwen is just the best. She is always first to greet me in the morning with a good morning, and I just love it. I always, when I am going into my comments, I'm looking for Gwen because I know she's there. She is just that faithful. She is so supportive, and she rides so hard for the reading. I am so grateful and so thankful to have her as a part of this community. She is just the best. She is. She's a ride or die. And I appreciate her so much. So thank you, Gwen. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for coming through. And then Lorna Williams came through. I love Lorna. I do. I always look for Lorna because I know Lorna is going to come with the knowledge. Lorna knows so much more than I do. And I always look to her when I am unsure about something. I always wait to see what Lorna is going to say about it. So Lorna is just everything. She is, and I am so grateful that she is a part of this community. She really makes it better. She is just everything. And I am so happy that she decided to come through today, and she rides so hard for the read, and I appreciate that. So thank you, Lorna. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Jane Press came through. Yes, Jane came through. And listen, Jane has been with me since the beginning. Jane was with me when I had about 10 or 20 people. Jane always came through. She has always rode hard for the read. She is always showing love. She is always showing support. She is just the quintessential reader. She is one of the originators. She is one of my original people who came through and decided that she wanted to be a part of this community. And let me tell you, we couldn't do it without her. We could not do it without her. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Jane. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for riding so hard with the read. And thank you for hanging in there with me. You are the best. And then is Hilda T. Yes, Hilda T came through. Now listen, Hilda is quiet. She don't always be showing up in the comments, but she is always there supporting. She is a part of the reading club, and let me tell you, she has been with me for a minute, and she rides hard, and she is down with the reading. I'm so thankful to have her. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Hilda T. Thank you for coming through. It is so appreciated, as always. So thank you. Thank you for being here, being a part of this community. You make it so much better, and I appreciate that. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I want to give another quick shout out to Gwen Stevenson, to Lorna Williams, to Jane Press, and Hilda T. Y'all are just everything. Y'all are the reason why I show up every day. You know why? Because y'all show up every day. Y'all are so faithful, and I appreciate it so very much. Y'all are just such inspirations, y'all are, and I am so thrilled that y'all are a part of this community, because we have the best one. We have the best one on these internet streets. This tribe is the best. All right, y'all, with all that said, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, that's where I have been. Listen, it's a little quiet, and we all know why. Because I'm telling you, those JE files is burning the houses of these royal families down to the ground. Well, whew, Lord, it's getting hot over there in Europe, in all those royal palaces. It is. Because as people continue to go through this latest drop of these JE files, more and more shocking revelations are starting to come out. And another one came out today, and we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about this whole court case that we thought was going to be the big story until these JE files dropped. We thought that Prince Harry and the plaintiffs v. the Daily Mail was going to be the story, but we didn't know that something was going to drop to burn the houses of all those royal families down over there in Europe. Yes, and I think it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse, but I digress. We're going to talk about that because that case is still going on, and Baroness Lawrence, she testified today. We're going to talk about all what she said. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what the one that's formerly known as the prince is up to while everything around him is burning down. You will not be surprised what he is up to. He is totally and completely acting as if he is unbothered. I promise you. I promise you. And we're going to talk about how people continue to put the puzzle pieces together when it comes to that family over there. It is a story that one of the squatties brought up on X, and I didn't know anything about it. And when we talk about it, I want y'all to tell me in the comments, have y'all heard about it? It was shocking to me. I did not know that this had happened at Buckingham Palace, but when we get to it, we're going to talk about it because I'm shocked. And y'all know it takes a lot for me to be shocked about that family. And so, yeah, we're going to have some other little things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Cookie Queens, yes, and how Cookie Queens is absolutely getting its just due because it is a great documentary. Of course, we know Meghan has the Midas touch, and it looks like she has done it again when it comes to Cookie Queens. So we're going to talk about that. So we got a lot of little things too. You know, we always have some little things we're going to talk about. And we are going to get started because we're not going to keep you long, but I promise you we're going to keep you entertained. All right, y'all, we're going to start with this. And this right here is unprecedented. And when I say unprecedented, I mean unprecedented. Cookie Queens got a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I have never heard of anything like this. I mean, some of my favorite movies that they consider classic, that they consider just the best, never gets a 100. And now this little engine that could, Cookie Queens, is getting a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. My mind is blown. And yours should be too if you know anything about Rotten Tomatoes. It says Cookie Queens has debuted with a Rotten Tomato score of 100%. Unprecedented. I want you to show me some other movie that has done this, some other documentary. This is just such a home run and such validation for Meghan. It really, really is. Because, like I said, this is just about unheard of. Now, I don't know how many documentaries or movies have gotten 100%, but me personally, since I've been watching movies and going to Rotten Tomatoes to gauge if the movie is good or not, I have never saw a movie or a documentary get 100. If you have, please put it in the comments because I have not. I have not. Some of my favorite movies don't even get close to 100. So I cannot wait for this movie to be available. And they say it is a bidding war going on right now. Netflix and quite a few other streaming giants are interested in Cookie Queen. So yes, this is such a great thing for Meghan. And like I said, it's too late for this particular Academy Award, but next year we might see Harry and Meghan on the red carpet for the Academy Awards. I would just die. I would be on the floor, y'all. I would have to absolutely lay on the floor and watch it because I could not take it vertically. I could not. I would have to be horizontal to watch it. I'm telling you because I would be too over the moon. Yes, Cookie Queens is knocking it out of the park. And another one for Meghan. And this squatty posted about it and said, look at Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%. They never give anything 100%. This is exciting and special for the girls. I'm looking forward to seeing this documentary. Yes, congratulations. Hashtag Cookie Queens and hashtag Archwell Productions. Yes, another one. I cannot, y'all. I am thrilled about this news, and I am so thrilled that it is a bidding war going on for Cookie Queens. Go ahead on, Meghan. Go ahead on, Harry, and make that money. Get your bag, get your bag, get your bag. All right, y'all, we're going to change gears and we're going to talk about the court case. And this particular squatty posted about the court case and said this: a reminder that the unlawful information gathering lawsuit against Associated Newspapers, the publishers of the Daily Fail and the Fail on Sunday, continues. Baroness Doreen Lawrence testified today. Yes, she did. And she had some very, very interesting things to say about the Met Police. And we're going to get into it. And this squatty posted about it and said, Doreen Lawrence said that the Daily Fail tapped her phone, hacked her voicemail, targeted her with electronic surveillance, and made corrupt payments to the police for information regarding the murder of her son, Stephen, by a gang of racists. This poor family. Yes, yes. This is the reason why the Leveson report did not go forward, because the police was involved in it. They didn't want it to be exposed that the Met Police was just absolutely waist deep with the fail. And everything that victims were telling them, they were passing it on to the fail. Yeah, so yeah, this was very, very interesting. And like I said, we're about to get into it. And I'm going to put this up, and this is from the BBC, and the title of the article is Prince Harry v. Daily Mail Latest. A lot of things leaked by the police. Doreen Lawrence tells the court in legal fight against Associated Newspapers. Yeah, she absolutely dropped the dime on the Met Police. Yes, she did. And this is what it says. Just catching up, here's what Baroness Lawrence told the court in 5 bullet points. It says, today, Baroness Doreen Lawrence gave evidence for around an hour at the High Court. Now, that tells me they wanted to hurry up and get her off the stand, because we all know what we heard from that television barrister. He said if it's going good for them, they keep them in the witness box. But if it's not going so good, they hurry up and get them off. Now, we know Harry stayed in there a little over 2 hours. I have forgotten how long the other ones stayed in there. But now we are hearing that Baroness Lawrence only stayed in there around an hour. She must have been eating them up. I'm telling you, but I digress. It says Baroness Lawrence told the court she was not in a conversation with the Daily Fail before, during, or after her son's inquest, despite articles being published. She insisted she doesn't conduct interviews over the phone and personally was not speaking when articles was published in 1997. So they were publishing all these articles and contributing it to her when she was not even speaking to them. She was. And then it says Baroness Lawrence also explained how she would have a meeting with the police one day and read an article that following day claiming a lot of these things are leaked by the police. She was saying that she would go in and talk to him one day, and the next day it's in the Daily Fail. They had leaked it to him. And you know it was hand in glove with the Fail and all those rags and the Met Police. Yes, everybody knew that the Met Police was involved in this, which is no surprise to anybody. Everyone knows that they're notorious for their corruption and their racism. And that is the reason why the Leveson inquiry was stopped in its tracks, because they didn't want the level of corruption to be exposed over there at the Met Police. I mean, come on now. And that is the reason why I am not fully on board when it comes to security for Harry and Meghan being provided by the Met Police, because we all know what was going on prior to them leaving that salty island over there. It was several members of the Met Police were exposed for posting very racist comments on WhatsApp about Meghan. Y'all remember that? While she was still a working royal. So I digress on that point, but I have never ever been a fan of the Met Police. And so, yeah, I think that is the reason why the Levison inquiry was stopped in its tracks. And I just love it that Baroness Lawrence is coming out and exposing them. I am all for exposure this year. Like I said, I thought 2025 was a year of exposure, but looks like it is moving into 2026 and we only are just getting started. All I can say is, may I have more, sir? Yes, that's what they say in Oliver Twist. One of my favorite movies, Oliver Twist. Yes, he said, may I have more, sir? Yes, may we have more, sir? We want more exposure. Also, I want to apologize for my attempt at the English accent to all my British squaddies. Listen, I am trying. I love Oliver Twist though. And I'm going to put this up. And this was from Rutgers. They posted this. And this is about the Norway's crown princess. Yes, all these princesses who were so much better than Meghan. I remember Little Tooth, Big Tooth. Oh, they're so much better than Meghan. She didn't know how to be a princess. And on and on and on. Well, it looks like Meghan is the only one who knows how to be a princess, and that is someone who is discreet and have a very clean background. I don't see Meghan having anything to do with this JE files, and we are on watch with our popcorn and our wines waiting for Kitty Cat to pop up in the JE files, because I would not be shocked, not one bit, if Kitty Cat made a appearance in the JE files. Who would be shocked by that? I don't think nobody, because we know what kind of BS she was on when she was out there in those streets trying to secure a wealthy man. Yeah, she was absolutely running the honeypot on Willie, but I got a feeling she was running the honeypot on anybody who had some big numbers in their bank account, because at this particular time in her life, she was trying to secure the bag. So I don't know. All I can say is I would not be surprised. And y'all, if it absolutely came down, wouldn't that be something? Meghan was supposed to be the one that was such a disgrace that she absolutely didn't know how to be royal, and on and on and on. And Meghan has turned out to be more royal than the ones by blood, because she actually has a moral core, a moral center. I'm just saying. And it's not performative. I want to add that. It's not performative. It's actually real. These people, they pretend like they care about their people, but in actuality, they only care about looking like they care. But I digress. This is what Rutgers is saying. It says the Norwegian Prime Minister, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, said that the Nordic country's crown princess, Mette Marit, displayed poor judgment in having contact with JE following fresh reports of her ties with the late U.S. SEX offender. Yes, it was just bad judgment. Well, we got another revelation coming out of the JE files, and it was more than just bad judgment on her part. She is coming out looking very slimy. She really is. She absolutely had contact with him, just back and forth, and staying at his house and having him arrange cars. She was fully involved with him. And now a new revelation is coming out, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. And it is a shocker. It really, really is. But I would not play it down as the Norwegian Prime Minister is trying to, because, baby, I hate to break this to you, but you're not going to be able to keep this tiger in its cage. It is more to come. They are saying like it's more like 2 or 3 more million pages of documents to this JE file. So, baby, y'all best get ready. And y'all know that Tuesday, which is today, her son goes on trial for 4 counts of aping women. So, yeah, she's a liability. She definitely is not an asset at this point. So, I think somebody is about to get dumped. Yes, they're going to announce that their marriage is not going well. I give it maybe 2, 3 more months. Yeah, and 1 or 2 more dumps, maybe even one dump, it's over. One more dump from the JE files, and Miss Mati Marique, I yeah, I got to get tickled. Oh, I will murder a name. I will. She is on her way out. She might as well pack her bags because the train is absolutely at the station when it comes to her. I'm just saying. And this right here, putting it up, this is the new revelation about Miss Mati Marique. It says newly released documents in the JE case alleges that Mati Marique, the crown princess of Norway, was pregnant by JE. What do y'all think about that? Now, I don't know. It's not saying when she was pregnant by JE, but she was. And I believe this woman has known JE since she was probably well into her teens. You know, he liked the teen girls. And she was being groomed to be planted into these royal families of Europe. Yeah, so what do y'all think about this? It is shocking. It is shocking. And that weak explanation that the prime minister came out with, talking about it was bad judgment. Oh, no, 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 no. This is not bad judgment right here. This is something that I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to live down. Your crown princess, who is going to be your queen consort, was pregnant by one of the most prolific pedos in world history, not just American history, in world history, because he was global with his nonsense. So yeah, I don't think Miss Marique is going to be able to outlast this one. It is just a matter of time before he dumps her. The crown prince is going to dump her, and you're going to be able to time it on the second hand of your watch, because time is ticking away for her. Because with revelations like this right here, how can you ever stand in front of people and pretend like you are better than? And we all know that that is the mystique of being royal, is for your subjects to feel that you are better than. And one thing you can't do is make people feel like you're better than them when you're out here clowning like this. I'm just saying, y'all tell me what y'all think, but is that not a shocker and a new revelation? And I'm going to put this up, and this was posted by LBC, and it is a news clip, and it is this flying monkey. Her name is Metalus. I think that's the way you pronounce her name. She was the one that did the interview with the one formerly known as Prince, and that resulted in him really starting his downward spiral. But I digress on that point. It's a new narrative out there that they're trying to put out and see how people react to it. And that is when King Charles III stripped the one formerly known as Prince of his princely title. That was him saying that he was all hands off, and whatever is done to the former prince, so be it and let it be. Now, this is the narrative. Charles is putting out there that he is absolutely hands off. He's not going to protect him anymore, that he is on his own. That is the narrative that this flying monkey is saying. And it says, we're all beyond titles now. We're looking at criminality. That's what she said in this little clip. And it says, Metellus thinks that the king has sent a signal to the U.S. that authorities can come and get Andrew Windsor for his JE ties. Now, who believes that BS? This is clearly her capping for King Charles III, because we know that that is not the case. And Andrew knows it's not the case, but this is what they putting out there to appease the people and trying to somehow protect Charles and Willie. When we know that they knew the whole time, they all knew, and they decided to cap for him. They decided to choose him over Harry and Meghan. They never intended to throw him to the wolves. Everything that they have done to him, they have been made to do. And this squatty came up under here and said, why is Mattis doing royal family PR propaganda? King Charles III protected Prince, formerly known as Prince Andrew Windsor, for years, and he is still protecting him. Otherwise, he would have opened royal estates for investigation, handed Andrew to the local police, and etc. Exactly. Exactly. This is just a narrative. They're running up the flagpole to see who's going to salute it. It is just them trying to make excuses, just like the Prime Minister of Norway is on the BS. This woman is on the BS too. They're trying to cap for these families. It's trying to save face, but it's too late. It's still more to come. It is too much that's going to be exposed for them to be able to keep these dams of truth from breaking. Yes, you can stand there with your finger in the dike, but it's not going to be able to be enough. It will break, and more is to come. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And while this flying monkey is on LBC capping for King Charles III, talking about he's signaling the U.S. to come and get the one formerly known as Prince. Well, this is what the one formerly known as Prince is doing. He doesn't seem like he is bothered in any form or fashion. He is really unbothered. Look what Ruckers posted. It says, Andrew McBadden Windsor rides a horse in Windsor Great Park near Royal Lodge, where he resides, on February the 2nd, 2026. They even put the date. So that was yesterday. He was out in Windsor Great Park riding a horse in front of cameras, where he knew cameras would be. Look at him. He doesn't look like he's bothered at all. Does this look like a man who thinks he's going to go to the U.S. and testify in front of Congress? I don't think so. He's very secure in the fact that he will be protected. You know, I laugh at this picture because I think about, I had saw a panel on Jeremy Vine, and they were talking about how they wanted to take the horses away from the formerly known as Prince, saying he's out there riding on them horses. He should be riding them horses. And I said to myself, these people want to take everything from him, when in actuality, They want to take nothing from him because they do nothing but cap for him. This is all performative. It's all performative. They don't care what that family does. They will protect them. And that family doesn't know what certain members of it does. They don't care about what Andrew has done. They're going to protect him. And that's just the way it is. But yes, he was out there on his horse parading in front of cameras. And this particular swatty that posted this said, what a effing choice to step out and go riding where you know paps are set up. The effing arrogance of this man. He knows he's protected. Exactly. Exactly. Look at him. He knows he's protected. And it says he knows he's untouchable. He knows he won't even be held accountable for what he did. And I believe he has done some real foul things. I really do. We talked about the puzzle pieces, and I really feel that those puzzle pieces are pointing to him and that girl being found over there in Sandringham. I'm just saying, my belief. And then it says, and a huge chunk of the blame falls on Queen Elizabeth, Charles, and William for covering up his crimes and protecting him. Where is the lie? Because they knew what he was up to. They knew his protection officers have to go everywhere he goes. And you telling me nobody knew that he was on this island doing all this nasty and horrible, horrible things with these young girls? Come on now. Come on now. They all knew. And for them to cap as hard as they did for him, even after they knew this, that says everything about the morality of that family. These people are supposed to be the example that's set for the people. And if this is the example that they're setting, whew, everybody's in trouble. Everybody in trouble, because if this is supposed to be the ideal, I don't even know what to say. And of course, we're going to put this up. This was January the 10th, 2020. And it says toxic British media and the royal family thought they ate with this one. Yes, they did. We will never, ever, ever let them forget this particular front page. Yes, saying that Harry and Meghan was out, and the one formerly known as Prince, he's in, standing there with the Queen herself. Absolutely. And the squatty that reposted this said, we will never forget Meghan's tears, heartache, and pain will never be for nothing. The North remembers. We will always remember, and we will never allow them to forget. And you know what else we will never allow someone to forget? This right here. And that would be William. He chose Andrew over his brother. This absolutely will haunt him to the end of time, because we will never, ever allow him to forget this. Now, Narendra Nakur, she posted this and said, William refused to travel with Harry when the late Queen died. He chose instead Andrew. Questions needs to be answered. We cannot have a royal family covering up for a man deeply involved with J.E. Yes, he chose Andrew. He rode on a plane with Andrew. Harry wanted to ride on the plane up there. Harry had to make his own way up to Sandringham to see his dying grandmother. They could care less. They all got on a plane together, and that included Andrew, and Willie was fine with that. He was fine with Andrew, but not with his brother. And we will never, ever, ever allow him to forget that. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said, after reading the new JE files, it's clear that the royal family has been protecting Andrew. I am thankful for the printer God who allowed that printer to break down at the Sandringham summit, as well as for Charles and William turning down Harry's half in, half out option. Where is the lie? I'm telling you, squatties have been celebrating that broken printer ever since we found out about it in Spare. Yes, because that printer saved the day. They really thought that they were really flexing. They really thought that they were really doing something. That Harry and Meghan was going to crash and burn, and they were going to sit back and roast marshmallows on the flames. Yes, they really thought that that was going to happen. But in return, Harry and Meghan, over 5,000 miles away, watching the fireworks coming from across the pond. Yes, that whole family engulfed in flames over there. And they, guess what? They looking to Kitty to save it. I kid you not. They are talking about how Kitty is going to be the savior of that family, and she cannot even tie together one or two syllable words. I have even gone to the fact that I don't even look for her to tie sentences together anymore. Just try to do a word or two that has more than two syllables in it. Yes, that. And this woman is supposed to be their savior. These people are jokes, but I tell you what, it's a wonderful thing to watch because they did not think it was going to happen like this. But we all did. We knew who Harry and Meghan was, and we knew that they were going to make it, and we were going to do everything we could to help them do exactly that. So thank you, Printer God. Yes, thank you, Printer God. And what I was saying about Kitty being their savior, Richard Fitzwilliam wrote about it and tagged Marie Claire. Evidently, Marie Claire has written a new article titled Princess Kate is the key to the royal family in 2026, according to experts. And we all know that expert is probably Richard Fitzwilliam. Somehow he has gone over there to Marie Claire and sold them a bill of goods nobody else would want to buy. But this is what he put up. He said, Princess of Wales is the key to the royal family in 2026. And then he gives the link to this Marie Claire's article. And then it says she's doing brilliantly. And let me tell you, they ate him up in his own comments. They did. They ate him up. And this is some of the examples. This squatty came up under that post and said, the royal family is on life support. So now apparently they are relying on Kitty's brilliance to resuscitate them. If she had any sense, she would pull the plug, take her kids and run. I agree. I agree. And riddle me this, Batman. How is Kitty going to resuscitate something that is already dead? They are the walking dead over there. They are zombies, and that includes her as well. So, no, it's no resuscitation for that family over there. It's just a matter of time. And this other squatty said, within the past year, royal reporters have branded Catherine, Anne, Charlotte, Camilla, Zara, Mike, Sophie, and Louise the key or the secret weapon. Where is the lie? I mean, those are the list of people that they have said was the secret weapon, was the secret sauce that was going to come to the rescue of the royal family. And with that list, we don't see anybody who could even come close to resuscitating that dead body of a royal family over there. I'm just saying. And I want to put this up because this was shocking to me. It is a video that came down my timeline, And it is talking about this boy, this naked boy that was escaping from Buckingham Palace. And they have the video. And this was during the time that they were doing like a parade or something. It was people on horseback and everything. And this naked boy came out of one of the windows of Buckingham Palace and came down a rope or something, was escaping, and he was completely nude. Did y'all know about this? This seems like it's been a while ago and it kind of got pushed aside, but now people are digging up everything that has happened within the bounds of that royal family and their grounds, their palaces. And this happened at Buckingham Palace. And this particular squatty posted the video, and I did a screen grab. As you can see, he is coming down and he is fully nude. And the person who is recording him is absolutely stunned by this whole revelation. And it says, since we are talking about pedos in the royal family, here is a video of a naked boy escaping from Buckingham Palace through the windows. Back then, this video was hushed up. Do y'all remember this? All my British readers and squatties, let me know. Is this legit? Did this happen? And people just covered it up. It seems as if a lot of really sus things has happened within that family and within those palace grounds that they have managed to cover up. And now people are absolutely digging them up, going under the rugs where they have been swept and pulling them out. And this is one of the things that they pulled from under the rug and dug up, is this naked boy escaping from Buckingham Palace. Let me know if you know anything about it, please, because this right here is something else that proves that something really, really vile has been going on behind those palace walls for a long, long time. And I want to put this up. Look who's trending. Yes, King Charles III is trending, and so is Kate Middleton. And this squatty posted about it and said, the royal races are trending together. Yes, the two royal races are trending, but we know it's not for a good reason. We know this, and I love it for them. I do. And I'm going to put this up. Guess who is selling honey? I bet you cannot guess. Well, I'll tell you. It is the horse. The horse is selling honey. And this particular squatty posted about it and gave us a picture of it. All I can say is the packaging, it reminds me of when you used to get hair conditioning in a jar. It looks like it's something that you put on your hair instead of something you put in your tea. But I guess it's raw honey. I guess that's what's going on here. But yeah, it doesn't look as good as you would want it to look. But I digress. This particular squatty posted a picture of it. And as you can see, they even said how many jars made up the batch. Yes. As you can see at the picture, it says this is number 48 of 900. We know somebody did that first, and here they are. Here they are. But let's read what this squatty said. This squatty says, I was told that the royals were not meant to use their titles for commercial gain. So why is honey from Camilla's private garden in Wiltshire being sold in farmers' markets? Her private garden in Wiltshire, by the way, will she be donating this money to charity? That's a question. My whole thing is why she's selling it. Who wants it? But here it is. Here is Camilla's honey. It says the Queen's honey. I'm just saying. What y'all think about this? I don't think much of it. Except to be able to laugh about it because Camilla needs to stop. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is a repost, and the original post says Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex, they were thrown to the sharks, and now they're far away, masters of their domain and thriving as the mighty ship sinks, as the mighty ship starts to sink. Yes, yes, yes. And Sophie A. Nelson came in and reposted this and said, karma. Yes, it is. The mighty ship is about to hit the bottom of the ocean. We see it. We see it absolutely starting to turn up and downward. And I just love it for them. I do. I really, really do. They cannot save the Titanic. They're trying to save it, but it is a doomed ship. That royal family is just as doomed as the Titanic was. So I agree with Sophie A. Nelson. This is karma. Yes, karma has gotten out of her bed, put on her tight, tight, tight black dress and her red bottom stilettos, and has twisted herself right on down to every palace in those European nations and kissed each and every one of the people that resides in those palaces right in the mouth. And while Karma is doing her thing, this is the Swatties. We are so happy that Harry and Meghan is so far away from all of this nonsense. This Swatty posted this and said, me, knowing my faves are far away from every devolving moral bankrupt SHIT stew that is the British royal family. This is one of the clear signs of God's plan. Yes, it was all God's plan. And I am so happy that Harry and Meghan are over 5,000 miles away. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.